Hello everyone. Good morning to everybody. Dear students, you are most welcome in English Literature and Grammar YouTube channel. Dear students, today we are going to enjoy the famous sonnet When Assault Was Intended to the City, composed by John Milton. John Milton was a great Puritan poet during the 17th century in England. John Milton was known as second second in the familiarity after Shakespeare. So John Milton was born in 1608 in London, and he was Puritan, and he was also great supporter and advocate of Parliament. Throughout his life, he fought against the Royalists and he supported the Republicans and for the rights of Parliament. In the journey of his poetic life, he wrote many poems, epics, and sonnets, and even elegies. When he was when he read in Christ College in Cambridge University, he was also called as the Lady of College because he was much beautiful and saint. So he his elegy Lycidas was written in 1637, and it is widely read today, and it is also counted among the three major elegies written in English literature in the history of English literature. And he also wrote great epic after being a complete blind, because in 1652 he became blind completely, and after his blindness he wrote great epic such as Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained, which are the major works, and for them he is highly famous and reputed among the English poets. John Milton was a was also a public man and a Latin secretary in the under the Cromwell's rule. So he was a great supporter of Puritan, and he is also a religious poet, and his works are also highlighted for the grand style, and majestic diction and Latin words. So the present poem, When Assault Was Intended to the City, this poem was composed in the event of attack on London by the royalist King Charles I in 1642, because John Milton was a Puritan, and he was clearly a Puritan and Republican, and he was against the royalist and King Charles. So when during the Civil War in 1642, he was feared that the advancing armies of King Charles I would surely attack on his house and his property, because at that time poet John Milton lived in this city, and it was sure that he and his property and house was would would be surely attacked by the royalist armies, and he and his property would be destroyed. So John Milton, in this sonnet, John Milton makes an ardent appeal to the captain, या colonel, या we can say knight, या army officers who is who was about to attack on his house and destroy himself. So this sonnet is the Petrarchan sonnet, and written was composed in Italian pattern, sonnet pattern. As you know, dear students, Italian Petrarchan sonnet is divided into two parts. First eight lines, which first eight line is known as octave part, and last six lines is also called as sestet part. So this Petrarchan sonnet, Milton follows yeah, we can say Milton uses in this sonnet the rhyming scheme like Petrarchan sonnet, ba ba, a b b b a, a b b a, c d c, and d c d. So we first we read the first quatrain of this octave part. Let's start this poem. Captain or colonel or knight in arms, whose chance on these defenseless doors may seize, if ever deed of honor did thee please, guard them and him within protect from harms. Now, dear students, if you are uncomfortable to understand this poem, I first I try to explain it in Hindi, and then I will tell you in English. इन चार पंक्तियों में कवि जॉन मिल्टन आर्मी ऑफिसर, जिसको कैप्टन, कर्नल या वीर बहादुर सैनिक जो आर्म्स, जो हथियारों से लैस हैं, तैयार हैं, उससे अपील कर रहा है. हुज चांस ऑन दिस डिफेंसलेस डोर्स, हुज sorry whose chance on these defenseless doors message. Whose chance means योग, अवसर, मौका, या इट वी कैन से इट मे बी पॉसिबल या पॉसिबिलिटी ऑन दिस डिफेंसलेस, रक्षा रहित, डोर्स मीन्स दरवाजे, मैसेज मे बी कैप्चर्ड, सीज मीन्स कैप्चर्ड, पकड़ना, अटैक करना. सो पोइट को ये भय है क्योंकि जॉन मिल्टन एक प्योरिटन है, रिपब्लिकन है, और वह रॉयलिस्ट पार्टी और आर्मी के अगेंस्ट है, किंग चार्ल्स के अगेंस्ट है. इसीलिए उसे ये डर है कि कहीं जो आर्मी है और जो अफसर हैं वो उसके मकान को और उसकी प्रॉपर्टी को और उस स्वयं को नष्ट कर देंगे या उसको बंदी बना लेंगे और उस पर अटैक कर देंगे. इसी डर से वह कैप्टन, कॉलोनल और नाइट से डायरेक्ट अर्डेंट अपील करता है कि इफ़ एवर डीड ऑफ ऑनर डिड दी प्लीज़ गार्ड देम. इफ़ एवर डीड ऑफ ऑनर डिड दी प्लीज़, वो उनसे अपील करता है कि दी मीन्स कैप्टन, अफसर, आर्मी ऑफिसर. इफ़ आर्मी ऑफिसर इज़ प्लीज, अगर प्रसन्न है, टू डीड ऑफ ऑनर, एक सम्मानजनक, सम्मान का ये कार्य करने के लिए वह अगर खुश हैं, कौन सा सम्मानजनक कार्य, गार्ड देम, कि वह उनकी जो डिफेंसलेस डोर है, दरवाज़ा, मकान है, उसकी रक्षा करें. एंड हिम विद इन प्रोटेक्ट फ्रॉम हार्म्स, उसको, उसकी और उसकी मकान को प्रोटेक्शन किसी भी प्रकार के नुकसान से, हार्म्स में नुकसान, किसी भी मिलिट्री के नुकसान से उनकी रक्षा करता है, तो यह उसके लिए एक बहुत ही सम्मानजनक कार्य होगा. नाउ वी स्टार्ट इन इंग्लिश. कैप्टन और colonel or knight in arms, whose chance on these defenseless doors may siege, if ever deed of honor did thee please, guard them and him within protect from harms. जॉन मिल्टन is feared that he and his house might be attacked by the royalist army. So he makes an urgent appeal to captain and colonel, we can say, knight, who are in arms. He makes an address to the colonel, and he says that if ever deed of honor, if ever deed of honor, whose chance on these defenseless lords may siege, he doubts that his defenseless lords might be captured by armies. So he makes an ardent appeal to them that if the means colonel army officer is pleased to do this honorable act by protecting him and his house from any kind of harms या miseries या mishaps, so he will be it this work, and this act of kindness will be a great deed of honor, and he would he would be a grateful to them. So, dear students, in this stanza, poet John Milton makes an appeal to captain because he is feared that his defenseless lords, defenseless he calls defenseless because there is no any kind of safety guards in the safety of his house. So the doors of his house are defenseless. So doubt he has doubt that his house and his defenseless doors may be captured by the royalist army. So he makes an appeal to captain, a colonel, and knight, and he says them that if officer is pleased to guard and protect him from the mishaps, harms, then great deed of it would be a great deed of honor for them and for him. So the rhyming scheme of this quatrain is arms and harms. First and fourth lines, last words are rhyming scheme is same, and second or third line, siege and please, are also same. So rhyming scheme we can say like this: A B B A. Now we come on second quatrain of octave part. He can requite thee, for he knows the charms that call fame on such gentle acts as these, and he can spread thy name over lands and seas, whatever climb the sun's bright circle warms. The second quatrain of octave. Poet John Milton Wine makes an appeal to army officers, and he appeals him to give protection him and his house from the armies. So then he says it would be a great deed of honor, and now he says he makes a promise to army officers. If army officer gives protections to him and his house, what will he do in for what would he do for army officer? So he explains and he describes his promise in this stanza. He can require thee, for he knows the charms. Milton says he can requite means repay. Thee means army officers. He can repay army officer for his great deed of protection to his and him and his property. He can repay all for all that, for he knows the charms, because he knows the charms, the magics, attractions, things that call fame on such gentle acts as these. Gentle acts, gentle acts means honorable deeds which are to be done by the army officers to by giving protections to him and his property. So these honorable and generous acts deserves for the fame and So, poet says that for these generous and honorable acts, he can repay by doing something great. So he says further, and he can spread thy name o'er lands and sea, whatever climb the sun's bright circle warms, and he can spread what he can do for army officers. So he can spread, he can spread thy name, he can spread the name of army officers over lands and seas, over all the lands and seas which are situated on this earth. Poet says, Milton says that he can spread his name over all lands and seas. Whatever climb the sun's bright circle warms. Whatever climb. Climb means climb means climate, season. Whatever climb in all seasons. The sun bright circle warms. In during all seasons, he can spread his name all over the lands and even the dark corners of the earth where sun's rays can reach and even not reach. In this way, and in this way he can spread his name of army officers by composing a poem, and through a poem he can spread his name over all the lands, because poem can be sent and read even in the dark corners of the world where sun's rays never reach. Now I try to explain it in Hindi. He can require थी. जॉन मिल्टन कहता है कि अगर आर्मी ऑफिसर उसको और उसके घर को प्रोटेक्शन देता है, सुरक्षा करता है, आर्मी से सैनिक आर्मी आक्रमण से बचाता है, तो इसके बदले में वह उसके बदले में वह उसको कुछ चुका सकता है. उसके पास कुछ ऐसे आकर्षण हैं, ऐसा जादू है या ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जिनके द्वारा वह उसके किए गए इस काइंडपूर्ण कार्य के बदले में वह आभार प्रकट कर सकता है. देट कॉल फेम ऑन सच जेंटल एक्ट्स. देट कॉल फॉर जेंटल एक्ट्स मीन्स ऑनरेबल, सम्मानीय कार्य. अगर उसके घर को बचाता है, ये घर को बचाने का कार्य एक जेंटल कार्य है, एक सम्मानीय कार्य है, एक दयापूर्ण कार्य है, और इस दयापूर्ण कार्य वास्तव में फैमिलियरिटी को या यश और कीर्ति को डिजर्व करते हैं. और इस यश और कीर्ति को वह कैसे संसार में फैलाएगा, वह उसके इस कार्य के फैलाने के लिए वह ये पोएम लिखेगा, और इस पोएम के थ्रू वह उसका आर्मी ऑफिसर का नाम दुनिया के और पृथ्वी के समस्त भूभागों और समस्त सागरों तक फैला देगा, और इस प्रकार से उन भागों में भी फैला देगा जहाँ पर विषम जलवायु है और जहाँ सूर्य की किरणें तक नहीं पहुँच पाती हैं. तो इस प्रकार से वह अपनी कविता लिख करके और उसका नाम विश्व में फैला सकता है. तो इस प्रकार से कवि उसके किए हुए ऑफिसर के द्वारा किए हुए जो उत्तम और दयापूर्ण और कार्य हैं, सम्मानीय कार्य हैं, उसके बदले में वह कविता लिख करके उसका नाम पूरे संसार में फैला सकता है. बशर्ते वह यह चाहता है कि उसके मकान और उसकी रक्षा की जाए और उस पर किसी प्रकार का कोई नुकसान नहीं किया जाए. सो इन दिस वे the second pattern of this octave part, the rhyming scheme is also the same, A B B A, and each line is composed in iambic pentameter, and first both stanzas are part of octave, and in this stanza poet makes an appeal, and what would he do? He expresses in the form of promise. So he do promise from army officers and he makes an appeal. That's all for today. Thank you.